Hey friends, I'm really excited today. One of my favorite things to share is a good deal, and especially an Amazon deal. If you catch me anywhere and you ask where it's from and it's from Amazon, you're gonna know about it. So I figured I'd gathered a bunch of my actually repeat purchases. So a lot of these are in the package, but they're things I've bought again or I've loved so much, tried something different from the same line, and so I figured I'd share, and I'm really excited. I guess we'll start with like the beauty items. And so this one I had shared on Instagram a long time back, but then I found it in this really awesome leopard print, and it is a headband. And what's so awesome about it is for when you're washing your face, it has the ability to put your ponytail through the back or just your hair through the back. And what's great about that is the ability to not have a crease. And then also just get everything off your face and not get wet. I think it's awesome. It's by the brand Kish, and I will link that under all of my skincare. So I think it's really awesome. And you have the ability to keep back your hair without getting it creased, and it's super soft and it's washable, and I really like the leopard print. I had it in white before, but I just think this adds a little bit extra something. And then also leopard print. Apparently I feel like leopard print is a neutral. I also purchased this for the hair because I'm not sure if everyone knows, but I had extensions for a year and it took a toll on my hair. And so I've decided to take them out, let my hair grow back out, and I've been wearing wigs and alternative hair in the meantime, or just my own bio-natural hair. And one of the things I learned sleeping on a satin pillowcase, and then I saw someone, and the idea of putting this on, because when I do blow dry my bio hair, because it is thinner now from having used extensions, I usually blow dry it at night, and in the morning it's not the way I went to bed. This, however, has really helped. So it's a satin, just head cap, and you can put it on, and then when you put it on, you go to sleep, and you can kind of toss around. In addition to having the pillowcase, this kind of helps keep the style you put on together without kind of just rummaging your hair around. So I think it's pretty cool, and I'm excited about having that in the leopard print now too. A long hair, so we'll stay there. We have these clips, and so there's a lot of them out there that are really kind of highly priced, but this whole set I think was under $10. I'll put the actual price down there, but it's just really cute, and a lot of times, especially if you want to just pin back that little extra piece, they're really easy. A lot of these, they're almost all actually, they have this clip situation, just put it in, and I think it's really fun. And things like this are kind of trendy. I don't like spending a lot of money on them because you're probably either gonna lose them, which I do, or you're not gonna wear them very often. And so I don't mind buying something trendy like this if I'm not spending a lot of money. And so I got 2 sets of them, and I think both were under $10. So I think it's fun, and I really like it. So let's see, I don't think there's any more hair items, so we'll switch over to the face. And it's something that, if you asked me 5 years ago, I would never either say I would or admit that I did. But it's dermaplaning and just shaving my face. I naturally have a lot of peach fuzz on my face, and so something that always bothered me, you put the skincare on and your makeup, and then it just sat weird, and it would just be sitting on those little hairs. And so I really I do have more expensive units, but honestly, the Tinkles from Amazon, I think you get usually a 4-pack of the 3-packs. You can't beat it. They're really inexpensive. You can kind of just really go in and get everything out. I'll even sculpt around my eyebrows, and so I don't even pluck them half the time. And it's just awesome. And then for the price, you don't mind when they get dull, just tossing it and starting a new one. I'll usually do it on dry face. Sometimes I'll do it on an oil face, but it's awesome and I love it. The other thing that I really think I've been doing and liking once or twice a week is this facial peeling. And at first I didn't understand the concept, but it's just put a couple dabs on a dry face, and you start rubbing it in, and you'll actually start seeing the skin peel off. And it's kind of gross, and not in a way that, it's not abrasive at all. My skin never feels tight or sensitive after, and I just feel like you get kind of that extra layer of buildup that maybe you didn't get off with cleansing. So I think it's really cool. And you might not be able to see because it's white, but it also comes with a side of moisturizer, so you can't beat it. And I think this is under $12. It's pretty, and it's prime. The other thing I mentioned before, but I can't live without it, is the Lumify. There's nothing better than like a really fresh white eye. And I used to use Visine and I can't believe it. But I love it. And so my eye doctor even recommended it, so I felt safe. I use it usually once in the morning. If I go out, because that never happens, I'll use it, in the afternoon, but it's a staple and I use it every day. I even have it on, I think, like auto ship. So I get the discount of like 5%. It's awesome. Speaking of the eyes, but this isn't necessarily just for the eyes, are these lens wipes. And I love them. I just recently got new glasses after 10 years of having the same glasses, and these are awesome. I actually bought them for my camera lens because you don't realize, even just trying to wipe it off, how they are dirtier than you think, and you're not getting like true colors. So I bought them for that, and now I keep them in my purse, and it's crazy how you can see when your glasses are actually clean. So I love them, and they came in a huge box. I can't see myself going through, I think it comes with 100 count of them, but I like that they're portable, and you just wipe them off and you're good to go, and I can see, so it's nice. Okay, so next, I think we're just done with the body and face and some home items. And so for me, I use a lot of plastic bags. Life's crazy, and at any given time, I'm running out the door and just throwing stuff in Ziploc bags. That gets expensive, and I also feel really guilty like throwing it out once it gets all crumpled and doesn't look nice anymore. So I found these on Amazon, and they're just awesome. They are basically a set of like mesh bags. I think they're sold as vegetable bags, and I actually bought some plastic ones to store food and vegetables in, but how do you wash them? They're gross, you can't get it so out of them, I can't. So I tried these, and they're amazing because when you're done with them, you just wash them. And what I found, like, just all these hidden uses for it. You can also throw your intimates in the wash, or shoes, and then wash them so that you have them separate. I throw Jace's pool toys in it, and it's awesome because they're all wet, and then typically if you use a regular bag, they get all moldy. Everything dries. You put bathing suits in here. They're just so multi-purpose. They come in 3 different sizes. There's this size, little baby guy, and this green one. And so I think it's like 15 pack. Also, I think under like $15. Awesome. And this is my second set because I now can't live without them. And it's actually saved me a lot of money on Ziploc bags, which are super expensive actually. I had to buy them for Jace for back to school, and it's a shocker what stuff costs nowadays. So when you can find a deal, it's awesome. Organization. I pride myself on attempting to be an organized person, but life's hectic. And so anything that can make things a little bit easier or avoid that, oh no, right before you're trying to leave the house and you're already maybe 5 minutes late, is a life changer for me. So things like that in the bags, you can just throw everything together, is awesome. Let's see, anything more for the home? Yeah, so we'll skip over here and take a jump. And this is something I saw on, I don't even remember where I saw it, but I recently moved last year and I'm still unpacking. I act like it's recent so that doesn't make me feel so bad. But moved, and the thing that's been my Achilles heel has been my cords. And it's been not just this house, but a lot of houses. And I feel like, number one, you find them, you don't even know what it goes to, and they're just everywhere. And even if you try to put them in a plastic bag, they kind of unravel, and it just drives me nuts. So I've just turned this one big box into where everything, I just throw all my cords. And it bothers me, and I always say I'm gonna go for that, and I'm gonna do something about it. And then I saw this, and it's awesome. And I can't wait. And I bought 4 of them because I feel like I'm going to become an organized person someday. So this is actually made as a photo holder. So I also bought one, so I could do that also. But I think it's awesome, and I think the idea of then using it for other purposes is great. And so what you have is a giant box. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 little boxes within it. And so what you can do is all of your Apple cords or your phone cords, wrap them up, put them in here, put it down. And then and I actually bought a label maker for this, but it came with its own, so you could definitely do that. You're not guessing what the cords are. Because I know a lot of times for me, you're pulling it out and you're looking at the end and you're like, does that go to this? And now you're pushing it in all the holes and hoping you can figure it out. Do it once, label it, put it in here. You got all your cords for everything. Close it up. Now it's only in one little box, not just this giant box of just random cords, and I'm excited. So I will fill you in. Maybe I'll do an Instagram post once I actually get this done, but I'm excited. And then I bought one for photos, because that's the other thing is I love taking pictures, yet I just feel like they just sit there in their original packaging, and this way you could even label the years, you could label what they are, you could have a box per year to take photos like a crazy person like I do. So I just think it's so multi-purpose, and I like using things for things they weren't made for, so it's really cool, and I'm excited. So since we're talking about cords, that's the other thing. I try, but I'm not always best about charging my phone. And so I try to have phone chargers everywhere I go so that it's not an issue. But the issue with, I have an iPhone, and a lot of them are, you not only now have the cord, you have the little block. It's a lot to keep track of, at least for me, and I'll admit it. So what I found, and I think is awesome, I gave one to my boss because he loved it so much, I gave one to my dad, and then I ordered another one, is this beauty. And so it is a charger. It is really, I hope you can see it because it's white, but you've got this. This goes straight into the wall. This is then your battery once it charges. But what's great about it is, number one, it's slimline to the wall, so you could actually use it then as your charger, because, which is so cool, and of course I'm not gonna be able to get it out, because it's at the bottom, okay, because built in are these guys, and one is like an Android, the other basic kind of charger, one is an iPhone charger, and now you have this all in one. And so what I will do is I will charge off of it when I'm home, but then I also grab it with me every day, put it in my purse because it's really compact, can fit just right in. And now I've got a phone charger or charger for anything, and I never have to worry about, maybe I didn't put it on the charger last night. And so you just click it on and then it's awesome. And it has its own case. I don't use the case, but it's nice that it comes with it because I throw it in my purse. Awesome. Anything to make life simpler, anything to avoid that oh crap moment is like awesome to me. Along that line, and that's what initially made me purchase this bag. This is my second because it got used for another purpose. This is backpack. And it is, I think, it depends on, it goes on sale, typically under $30, sometimes even closer to $20. And it's a laptop backpack. So I bought it initially for work. And it's awesome in that it's padded, so your laptop or your iPad can go in. But for me, I realized my purses just kept getting bigger and bigger because I just kept wanting to be prepared for everything and just kept grabbing things and putting them in my purse that had nothing to do with needing to have it on me as a person, but was more for like work or Jace. So I decided to get a backpack, and then when I walk in and out of work, because we were in an office building to where there's a little bit of a walk, I wear my backpack like I'm in high school again. I feel young, but it's awesome. So I mean, it's got a lot of, I actually initially bought a organizer for it, but it didn't need it. It's got multiple compartments, zippers. It's got zippers up here, zippers here, side pockets. So I'll put my drink, because I like to put my drink in my purse sometimes and it drains all to the bottom. Now I avoid that. And then I like that it zips on the top, because everything you can put it like standing up for me, like papers for work, and then throw it on and nothing's moving around. This is my second one because Jace wanted to go to the pool and I wanted to throw everything together, and I was thinking, God, that's so great. I put snacks and things, and it ended up being that it was my weekend bag too, and then I kept switching back and out, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna get a second one for the price, keep one for Jace on the weekends, keep one for work. But I forgot, which was the main point of why I bought this in the first place for work, is it has a built-in charger, which I think is just a phenomenal idea. Of course, you have to remember to charge it, which sometimes I have an issue with. But it has its own basically built-in charger. So you charge this into one of the blocks or the wall, And then if your phone goes dead or you're out, especially like if you use this for like when we are able to again go to a theme park or whatever, you just always have a built-in battery pack in the bag. And then this is just, you just hook whatever cord in, so you can use any sort of charge, and you've got a built-in charger in your backpack. And I just think that's really neat, especially if you use it for an iPad or a computer, you've got your own power source. Awesome. Okay, so, oh, and what I did buy for this, but I haven't used it yet, but I will keep you posted, is this label maker. Because I had a label maker, and I did an Instagram post on this. Jace became a fan of labeling everything in the house. Everything. My mugs, my phone. He even one day surprised me and said, I'm not allowed to look at it until the morning. And I'll insert the picture over here, but it was a photo saying, did you forget your pants? No, Jace, I didn't forget my pants. But then I did, because I was wearing a dress. So he's a funny kid, and he labeled everything, and we broke it. And so I bought a new one, and this one was, I think, under $30. I just love the idea of labeling things, trying to be organized, and that is my goal for making my way out of 2020 and getting out of boxes and moved into my house. We'll see. Another electronic that I purchased, and I purchased two because they were on sale on Amazon, and if they get them on sale again, I'll let everybody know, because it isn't the cheapest case in the world, but for the discount I was happy to buy it. And it's this Lumi case, and because I do take a lot of photos, not only of just myself, but of things or Jace, you don't always have the best lighting, especially in my house. And so the idea of having the ability to have a built-in light, but it's not only on the back, but it's on the front for selfies as well, was just a really awesome concept. You just charge it yourself. You have to remember to charge it, which I don't do always. But you know, you just keep the charger where you keep your phone charger, charge them both up, and the battery lasts if you use it, you know, a couple of times a day or once or twice a day, about a week. But you know, you could just charge it as you charge your phone. Oh, back to labeling. For school. And so the one thing, Jace is back to school. He goes to a small private school. And so they felt that it was safe enough to be able to socially distance the children. But the things that they've done to keep them safe have been, they took out the water fountains. And so my concern was he drinks a lot of water and loves water. So happy for him that one of us do. So I wanted to be able to send more than one water bottle, because usually he would use the water fountains to refill. And also with the fear and worry of everything and just wanting to keep him healthy and safe, I wanted to be able to label them. And since he's been in school, I've been labeling them with Sharpies, and anyone that's done that or has a child and has tried to do that realizes that even though Sharpies are permanent, somehow on water bottles or the items for school, they wear off, especially in the wash. So I found this concept and I thought it was awesome. And these are just these really generic sports water bottles. They have the flip top, which he likes. And what I liked about it is for him, especially if I'm gonna put two in there in his backpack, I can't put giant ones and load him down. He's a little guy. So the idea that this came in 4 different sizes. And so I bought a couple to see what they were like. And this is the small one. This is 400 milliliters. And it came in a bunch of different colors. And then these, which I think were just an awesome idea, and I haven't used them yet because they just came. And these, to go with it, were what kind of sold me on the idea, and I think that they are really cool. And so they are BPA free, although they're on the outside of the bottle. But they are basically labels for the outside of your bottles. So you just flip it over, and you write Sharpie on it. It actually stays on there, and then you can also flip it off before you throw it in the wash, so that you're not worrying about it constantly coming off. And it comes with 6 of them. So you can label multiple things, label your whole house like Jace, and I think they're really neat. That was the other thing, they also fit because they're stretchy, not just drink bottles, but sports bottles, water bottles, tumblers, but sippy cups and bottles. And when Jace was little, it was the same thing. When he was in daycare, labeling his bottles. You'd label them, they'd come off, but it'd still have like a remnant, and then they start to look kind of crappy. And this was, I think, a great idea for if you have sippy cups or bottles, especially now wanting to stay safe and make sure you're drinking out of just your bottle. So super cool. I guess I'm just labeling my life away. And the other thing I have, and then we're almost done, are these labels. So he wears uniforms, Jace wears uniforms. So I always typically would label his uniforms anyways in case he had to change or keeping an extra set, but I'd write on the clothing. And, but now with the masks, because he has to wear a mask every day, my concern was, number one, a lot of us moms are finding the same children's masks out there. So, you know, what I think is an amazing find, so did Jimmy's mom. And so I don't want Jace to put his mask down, because you know he will, and then pick up somebody else's. At least if I labeled them, I'd feel better about it. But it's fabric, and so what am I gonna do? And so I found these, and they've been awesome. I've washed them, they've done their job, and they are these little clothing labels, and they, where a sticker typically will just peel right back off of fabric. I did an Instagram story on this. You write on it in Sharpie. You don't have to iron it, because there were some of them out there, but you had to iron, and if I bought them, I knew that wasn't happening. So they're washer safe. You get 80 of them, a lot of them for the price, and you can basically label anything of your child's, but especially the mask. So I put his just on the corner, so also, you know, we know who he is without his mask, with his mask on, and they're just awesome. And I think that it's a really great concept and a way to just have an extra precaution out there to label his mask and make sure he knows his or his. And then 2 other things, and then I think we're good. And so this one I figured was too good to be true. And this is a pet item for all of you dog lovers out there. And I joke because the way my house is situated, when I take Richter out, which is my youngest but largest dog, he's a like 85-pound German Shepherd. When I take him out, he gets so excited to be going where he's going that he tosses me around. If he goes, I'm going with him, and I joke that people must look and be like, oh, this girl and this dog, like, I'm running, apparently, if he wants to also. And so I saw this, and I figured, if this is too good to be true. But it is basically a pull, and I didn't want to use a choke chain, I didn't want to use a harness, because then you've got to put an extra something on. And so this is basically teaching the dog not to pull by use of like a bungee cord. And I figured, how in the world is that going to work? And I don't know how it works. I just like that it works. And it basically, and it also has, what I like is this extra handle here, so you can get closer, because sometimes he's very protective over me. That gives me the ability to kind of pull him back and rein him in if he pulls. But when I put this on, now it's as if he learned the system. I don't know how. I'll have to look into why and how this works and fill you guys in, because it just has this little bit of like extra bungee tension, and now he'll start to pull, and that's it. He just leans into it, and that's it. Before, he would pull and he was off. That doesn't happen anymore. I don't know how this works, but it is one of the most amazing things. If you have a dog that's a puller, I think also, I mean, it's under $20, maybe even under 15. It's worth the shot. It does come in different colors, different lengths. It worked. I don't know how it works, but if you have a puller or a dog that you're trying to teach to walk, give it a try. I think you'll be as amazed as that. I think it took probably a couple walks, but then all of a sudden I just realized he wasn't pulling anymore, and it was magical. So great idea. Whoever made that, I love you. And then the last thing is for my wigs. And so the one thing is throwing them back in the bag. The great thing about them is you can just throw them on and you're good. But if you throw them in the bag or in a different system, they get all crumpled up. And so I found these on there, and they come in a 5-pack. They get shipped like this, and then they hang, and so you can hang them over. This also would be great for hats, because that's the other thing too, is hats take up a lot of space. But if you had the ability to kind of like hang them, you could have put a couple of baseball caps or a couple of like fedoras or sun hats, and the ability of them not to get crumpled, and you just hang them and they're not just laying everywhere. Again, 2020 might be crazy in other ways, but I'm trying to get organized. That's gonna be the one thing that comes out of this year. So that's it. I know, it's a lot, but it's some really cool things that, like I said, most of them are repurchases, because I love them that much. Things that I use every day, things that make my life a little bit easier, and things that save money. And that's what I'm all about a lot of the time, most of the time. So I will link everything below. I also have an Amazon store, amazon.com/shop the law of luxury. I will put that full link down there, but I'll also link in each individual product so you can just find them. But like I said, I love Amazon, I love a deal, but I also love spending time with my son, and I work a lot. And so for me, if I can buy it on Amazon and not have to go shopping, especially with the way that things are now and safety issues, I'm gonna do it. And so I don't think I go shopping anymore. On the weekends, that's my time to dig in and spend with my son. And so for me, if I can find a deal and I can get it shipped to my door and I'm not wasting time shopping, then it's awesome. And so that's really what I like to share, is the ability to actually have just more quality time with those who count. And so that's what this is all about. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't worry, I have a lot more Amazon finds to share, and I will continue to just add things to my store as well. So check it out just frequently. I usually really try to categorize them so they're easy to find, from clothing to organization to pet products, it's there. So give it a try, and I'm really glad you guys joined me. Thank you for spending the time. Hopefully you found something neat, and have a great day. Bye.